Hello everybody. So today's lesson comes from the kitchen, and your challenge for today is a word challenge. Can you name at least 6 objects that Jane has in her kitchen that I have in my kitchen? Well, here I have, if I can just show you, a tray covered by a towel, and on that tray there are 10 objects. Let's see how well you do. So let's begin. Now, what do you think this is? So that's the first object. This is a set of kitchen scales, which is very different to the scales that you find in your bathroom. So kitchen scales, we put ingredients inside to weigh them. Now I'm going to pop over to the Rotherham Community Facebook in a while, because I hear that they're going to post a cake recipe where you don't need scales to weigh the ingredients, but you just use yogurt pots. Wow, I'm really excited about that. So that's the first object. Did you get it right? Well, let's go to something a little bit more unusual. In my kitchen, I have this. What is it? Yes, it's a knife sharpener. So we use these edges here to sharpen the knives, and that's very important when you're cutting meat and ingredients that you need to cut rather than tear, so you need to work with sharp knives. So this is a knife sharpener. Did you get that right? Well, let's have a look at the third object. The third object in my kitchen is a tin. What do you think might be inside? Let's have a look. Well, can you see there? It's a tin that contains tea leaves. So we call it a tin of tea. So as well as having a tin of tea, I also have tea that comes in packets that I can just buy from the shop that contains tea bags. So in my kitchen you will find tea that is tea leaves and tea bags. I wonder which ones you use. Now, did you get that right? I think that was quite easy, wasn't it? Now, I hope many of your ladies will get this one correct. What's this from my kitchen? Yes, it's a rolling pin. So this is the rolling pin I use for baking. Rolling pin. Now, we only have 5 objects left. How are you doing? Did you get them all correct so far? Well, I know you're going to get the next one correct, because we're using these a lot. And many years ago, we just used to call them marigolds. But rubber gloves that you use in the kitchen when you're protecting your hands. When you're doing what? Do you use these for baking? Do you use these for making tea? No, that would be silly, wouldn't it? We use these when we're cleaning, when we want to protect our hands. Excuse me. Now, there are 4 objects left. So shall I start with an easy object or a hard object? Well, I think I'm going to leave this one to last, because you can see the top of it and you might be wondering, what's that? And I'm going to do the next 3 easy objects. Let's see. I think you'll get this one correct. So on my tray, I also have an object from my kitchen that looks like this. Yes, scissors. But these are scissors that I only use in the kitchen. So if you use scissors to cut open packets of food or to use in your kitchen, then you shouldn't be taking those scissors out and using them for other things, because it's safer and healthier if you just use the scissors for your kitchen. So, did you know that we call this a pair? A pair of scissors. Look, two sections of the scissors have to work together. So we say, pass me the scissors, but the actual wording is a pair of scissors. So that's the scissors from my kitchen. And that leaves me two of my favourite objects, and this one here that I wonder if you will guess correctly. My first favourite object from my kitchen, what's this? Can you guess? Yes, it's a milk jug. It's a jug, so the shape of it, this is what we call a jug, if you see this shape, and we put milk inside this smaller jug. So this is my milk jug. So if I'm having my tea and my teapot and accessories are on my tray, I'll have the milk in a jug, and that's how I add the milk to my cup of tea. I don't always pour the milk straight from the milk bottle. So this is a milk jug that you'll find in my kitchen. Now, to accompany, so that means to go with, to accompany my milk jug, I have this. So if this goes on the tea tray as well, what do you think it is? It has a lid. And look, the lid has a section that's like a hole that allows a spoon to be placed inside. So what do you think this is? Yes, it's the sugar bowl. So I would put sugar inside here and the spoon would go inside the sugar bowl. And if I was having my tea on a tea tray, I would have a teapot, my milk jug and my sugar bowl, and we would be able to add milk and sugar in that way. Well, do you know that means that we only have one object left to guess from Jane's kitchen. So I'm going to pick up this object. What do you think that is? Can you guess what that might be just by looking at the top? Well, this is Mrs. Angry. Now, you can see its hair set onto what's supposed to look like a face, and then it has bits inside. Let's not drop all the liquid. That gave you a bit of a clue what was in there. And then it's made to look like a person, and right at the very top, if I can take that top off, there are holes there. So can you guess what it is? Or maybe you have one of these in your kitchen as well. Well, this is my microwave cleaner. So, very important to clean the microwave, and the easiest way to do it is to use one of these. I take the lid off, which looks like somebody's hair, and inside there's a mark that shows you where to put the water to, what point to put the water to, and what point to add vinegar to. And what I do is I add some vinegar and I add the water, that's inside there. I put the hair, the top, back on, and I place it in the microwave. So once I put the microwave on, out of the top of the head steams the water and vinegar, and that's how the microwave is cleaned, and that's why she's called Mrs. Angry, because the steam coming out of the top of her head. So that's 10 objects from the kitchen today. I wonder how many you got correct and whether you can name all of the objects in your kitchen. So that's the end of today's challenge. How many did you name? Well done. Bye now.